Hello and welcome to Foundation Field for a 4th of July extravaganza. Happy Independence Day to all Americans out there. It's a beautiful day for 4th of July baseball, 90 degrees and sunny. The Joes are taking on the Richmond Jazz, looking to bring home some fireworks of their own tonight. Starting on the mound for the Joes is going to be Tyler Hudson. We've been very excited to see what he has to offer after his last inning out of the bullpen in his last appearance on the mound. But a good pitching couple days for the Joes, with one exception being yesterday where they lost 9-5. A tough loss dropped in Grand Lake. Luke, what are the Joes looking for tonight?
I just got to come back home. This is probably the biggest crowd we're going to see all season, and just try to come out with a win. The Joes have done a good job against Richmond this season. This has been one of the opponents that they've probably played the strongest against. And, yeah, good lineup, good pitcher on the mound in Tyler Hudson. Should be a fun one.
Well, they're doing the lineups here at Foundation Field, so we'll do the same. The Kettering Health starting lineups. Grant Miller will lead things off and play in left field. He's an all-star. Just named the All-Stars as well. Walker Bridge is an alternate on the All-Star roster. He'll play third base and bat second. Nick Wimmer's also an All-Star. He'll start behind the dish and bat third. Parker Lester will hit in the cleanup spot and play second base, a spot that he's grown quite accustomed to over the last couple of days. Evan Orr will get the 9 off behind the dish. He'll DH tonight and bat fifth. And Bennett Clement, the other All-Star in this lineup, will play center field and bat sixth. Casey Fink out there in right field. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth, Sam Lowe at shortstop. And rounding things off, the Canadian Cal Brazier over there at first base. Cal Brazier been hot a couple days. We had him on the broadcast for the post-game show against the Copperheads and is on a bit of a run right now. Back-to-back days with back-to-back home runs, hoping to see one tonight.
Absolutely. Brazier, the Canadian on the roster, but showing some patriotism in pregame, playing over there at first base. He's been really hot, like you mentioned, Blake. And hopefully we can see a lot more production like we've seen lately out of his bat. The average is up. The home run numbers are up for him as well, and he's just been a guy who's been really, really hot as of late for the Joes.
As the Joes roster in general, that's kind of seen an uptick in the average. Though they were already leading the GLSCL in batting average, it just seems like the hits are there a little more often and they're a bit more timely.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in that Southern Ohio game. We saw them explode for 6 runs in that 7th inning, which was probably one of the best innings offensively we've seen from them all season, truly. And, of course, Cal Brazier had that home run earlier in that game that shot them out to that lead. But, yeah, really, really excited for this team. Really excited to see the bats continuing to produce as the weeks have moved on. All-Star selections, as you mentioned, Blake, are out. That game will be played a week from tomorrow on Tuesday the 12th. And just should be a lot of fun times ahead for this team.
Yeah, Luke Westpoli and I will be at that event, along with our social media intern, Pearl Zabel, who will be taking pictures and all that sorts of fun. Luke Westpoli will have the broadcast with the Lincoln County Settlers broadcaster and one guy from the north.
Yeah, Ed Contos from the Royal Oak Leprechauns will join us. And, yeah, it should be a fun one. Check us out on Meritix. The GLSCL's Meritix page will have full coverage of that one. Blake will be on pregame alongside Cade Williamson from Licking County and Andrew Allison from Licking County. Ed Contos from Royal Oak and I will have the call of that game. Always a really fun event. 10-inning game between the North and South, played at Prasco Park. That will be next Tuesday. And as Blake has already mentioned a few times, quite a bit of Joe's representation in that game on the South side.
Yeah, 8 Joe's players on that roster. 3 of them in the lineup today, and 4 alternates as well, with Tyler Hudson being an alternate, Walker Bridges being an alternate, who you'll see in tonight's game. But we've talked about it. Tyler Hudson starting on the mound at a Villa Hills, Kentucky sophomore right-hander for the University of Southern Indiana. Has had a great stretch of games and appearances as he'll start things off with a swing and foul ball out to what has been an active park to our right. A lot of people out for the 4th of July, having a barbecue, and a lot of the kids running around over there.
Should be interesting once it starts to get dark, once we see the fireworks shot up around this area.
Yeah, Luke's had that experience before. A lot of us are very new to having the fireworks around the Hamilton area, so we'll look forward to that.
Absolutely crazy last year. The Joes hosted the Jazz on the 4th of July here at Foundation Field. They were shooting the fireworks off during the game at the park next to us.
That one is fouled off of Nick Wimmers behind the plate.
Yeah, the fireworks were going off over the field during the game. They were like super low to the ground, not too much altitude to them. It was almost a little bit fun, but also scary at the same time.
Well, Tyler Hudson ahead in this count, 1-2 to Aiden Hines, who will lead things off for the Jazz. And the 1-2 will miss upstairs. We've mentioned it a couple times when Tyler Hudson's come out of the bullpen. He's been a very calming presence. And his last 2 bullpen appearances, he's come out and had 1 inning, 1 strikeout. In one of them, no strikeouts in the other one, but just the 1 hit between those 2. And sandwiched in between is that very good, very phenomenal start that he had in Roselawn a couple of weeks ago, where he went 6 innings, just gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 6 of the 22 batters that he faced. He'll look to put down the Jazz in a similar fashion tonight as the 3-2 is sent right back up the middle. So Aiden Hines draws a very long at-bat, long enough for us to talk about the whole all-star lineups and such. And he will reach for the first time tonight. We'll bring up Cade Parker, the shortstop tonight for the Jazz.
Yeah, Tyler Hudson, some pretty crazy stats on him coming into this one through his first 5 appearances. 14 1/3 innings pitched, only giving up 1 run off 4 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 20 in 14 innings pitched. I mean, that's just nutty stuff.
And that hit from Hines was the 5th he's given up all season, which is just ridiculous when you talk about it, is that one catches the outside corner. If it weren't for Nate Dome, who has been phenomenal for us, and Chase Hopel, who's been phenomenal for us, and even Clay Brock, who's been very good in his starts, I think Hudson would almost be a shoo-in for that extra spot for the Joes, but got put on the alternate list as the 0-1 slider going to miss low. So 2 fast teams meeting tonight. Aiden Hines over there leads the GLSCL in steals, and so do the Richmond Jazz, as the Joes trailing behind them in the mid-60s. Definitely both teams that like to steal bases.
Yeah, Cade Parker was the player of the week last week in the GLSCL, hit 500.
1 ball, 1 strike, as that will miss low.
So both teams represented in that selection, as Noah Tincher was pitcher of the week after hurling that no-hitter against Licking County.
And if you missed that one, that was a great game all the way around.
Absolutely.
Tincher was on his absolute A game, had a couple of miscues that were kind of held him from being perfect. It was very, very close between perfect game, no-hitter, and obviously the offense exploded in that game for 14 runs, as that will clip the outside corner. This Jazz team, a little less on the all-star numbers from the Joes. The Joes, as we mentioned, 8 starters, or 8 all-stars and 4 alternates, and the Jazz 4 all-stars and 2 alternates, making 6 selections total. Aiden Hines being one of them, who sits over there at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Parker. We'll foul that one back. We talked to Tyler Hudson the last time he started. He's more comfortable out of that relief role. We've seen him be good in both. Prefers the role of coming out of the pen, but he's talked about that mindset, how it's a little different between coming out and throwing empty in the tank in 1 inning and having to kind of conserve over 6. So we'll see how he handles that tonight. He's already given up a hit to Aiden Hines. The 2-2, again, foul to the backstop. We've seen Hines on multiple occasions take that small lead and all of a sudden just break out. Not quite the track blocks sort of start that we've seen for a couple guys throughout this league, but never truly looks like he's going to take off. And then all of a sudden just takes off. 2 balls, 2 strikes still to Cade Parker. 2 jumps as Hudson will step off. Thought he had the timing of Hudson over there, but Hudson holding a little bit longer. And for the right reasons, as Hines was ready to steal some bags. The Jazz with 80 stolen bases coming into today. As the 2-2 will miss low, trying to get him on the slider, going to miss that outside corner. The Joes, on the other hand, was 66, so about 14 stolen bags behind the Jazz, as both teams love to steal bases. Bennett Clement, the leader on the Joes side of the scorecard with 11. Full count now to Cade Parker. So chop that one foul just past the third base coach over there and into the Joes bullpen. Pitch number 9 of this at-bat coming up. And a day that has been rather hot here. It's been a beautiful day, but it is one of the hotter days that we've seen here at the park, and that might be because the press box is not blowing the AC like it normally does. We're really sweating up here trying to give you guys this broadcast. The 3-2. Not going to find the outside corner. A great spot for that fastball. But Cade Parker will draw the count full and draw a walk.
Yeah, good at bat there from Parker. Hudson was so close in a couple of those, but just couldn't quite find the edge of that zone.
So 2 full counts on back-to-back guys. Put 2 base runners on for the Jazz, who are wearing a different uniform than I've seen them wear this season. Normally I've come in with the orange, very bright orange. This time wearing the navies with the saxophone J on the left side. So we get a pick-off move. Nothing doing over there from Hines. Austin Deering, also an all-star for the Jazz, will start all 4 of their all-stars and one of their alternates, Schreff, in that on-deck circle. So that one bounces away from Wimmers. So a wild pitch will move both runners into scoring position, still with nobody out. An inning that's been quite long and quite unusual for Tyler Hudson. The guy who went up at the plate for the Jazz is Austin Deering, leads the whole league in RBIs. The Joes will bring the infield somewhat in. That one's hit high into the air. Grant Miller ranging over, make the catch. Throw it back into Walker Bridges. Almost had a double play there as Hines got a couple steps off thinking that ball was going to go past him, but Bridges cut it off and slapped the tag on. Able to get back in time. Good to retire the RBI leader for out number 1. Hudson's first step to getting out of this inning. Saw the Joes almost wriggled themselves out of an inning yesterday. But they brought Alex Wilsbach in, trailing by 1, but ended up giving up a bases clearing double and extended the lead to 9-5 at the time. As that one will miss off the plate. Brandon Schrepp, we mentioned an alternate for the Jazz. Starting in right field tonight, is listed on the roster as a pitcher, so a two-way guy. Ball, no strikes. Chopped on the ground to Walker Bridges. He'll run down Hines. Throw the ball to Wimmers, make the tag. Heads up play from Walker Bridges. Cuts down the lead runner. Will leave runners at the corners, but now with 2 outs.
Yeah, Bridges, I think originally just kind of tried to look back Hines over there at third and then kind of realized that Hines was down the baseline, started to chase after him.
Yeah, Hines kind of caught out in no man's land there. Took a couple of steps, maybe thinking that was going to sneak by Bridges. But in that case, normally as a base runner, you're supposed to retreat and at least make sure that gets into the outfield because you have the shortest baseline to get home. But instead, he's hung out to dry, and it's a big mistake for the Jazz if Hudson can get out of this. First pitch to Peyton Lane will pitch the outside corner. Lane going to reside at the hot corner himself for the Jazz tonight, as Hudson looks to retire and get out of this inning. I will miss just low. Peyton Lane, who comes in hitting .240 on the season, has just the 9 RBIs, does have a home run, but Deering leading all of the Jazz with 4 home runs. A 1-1, a start-stop over there. from Schrepf, but won't matter as the slider catches the inside corner. Always dangerous when Tyler Hudson's slider is on like it is with that last pitch. It's definitely one of the pitches that you can see start in the middle of the plate and end well off, and you find yourself looking silly all the way, butt hanging out trying to reach for it. Look to find that right here. Would look for his first strikeout of the game. It would be a big one in the early stages. 1-2. Blows the fastball upstairs, gets a swing and miss. So Tyler Hudson Houdini's his way out of a bit of a jam and hangs a 0. A very important 0 will bring the Joes to the plate for the first time in this game. We'll be right back with more Joes action. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Bottom of the first inning, after a tightrope act from Tyler Hudson, will hang an important 0 on the board for the Joes defensively, and will bring up the 1-2-3 top of the order for the first time in this game. Will be Grant Miller, Walker Bridges, and Nick Wimmers. They'll face off against Harold Dickey, a name that sounds familiar, has faced the Joes before, and definitely one of the best pitchers out of this Jazz rotation.
Absolutely. He's faced the Joes twice already now. He's pitched 6 innings against them, 5 in his first time out and 1 in his second time out. Jazz lost both of those games, but Dickey did not get the decision in either one. His last appearance against the Joes, he went 1 inning on June 26th, gave up 1 hit, no runs.
It's been a couple of unfortunate games for Dickey against the Joes. Has really kind of pitched his best stuff and has not been rewarded. The Joes look to play spoiler here tonight. Leading things off will be Grant Miller. Hits that one on the ground to O'Malley. 1 pitch, 1 out for Dickey. Will bring up Walker Bridges.
Bridges with the batting gloves back on. We saw him take those off yesterday for his final at-bat after things weren't really working for him, but wasn't able to get a hit out of it, went 0 for 3.
Actually talked to him about that during BP. He said that his bat was sitting in the sun, so it got real slippery because the pine tar had melted and wasn't really doing its normal pine tar thing, as that one catches the outside corner. So he just took the gloves off, I guess to enhance grip, which doesn't make quite sense to me. I think you would put the batting gloves on to help with the grip, but either way, the batting gloves back on as the count moves to 1-1 on him. Bridges, who has moved down to the 2 spot. We've seen him lead off games quite regularly, as that one will catch the outmost of the outer corner. Bridges just with 2 walks yesterday and a couple stolen bags as well. But definitely a good guy to have at the top of the order. Has some speed as he swings and misses on that one for out number 2. Harold Dickey's made some quick work of the Joes so far. And what's been almost a polar opposite of the top half of the inning. We'll bring up big Nick Wimmers, who took the bus for the first time with us yesterday. We've kind of missed that quote-unquote bonding time with him, as he does have his parents drive him. He's home for the first time as that one's chopped down the third baseline, but foul. A couple of the guys were sort of making fun of him, as asking him why his parents drove him everywhere, and he went, because I'm not home enough. I'll take any chance I can get. I said, exactly. Imagine trying to tell your mom that I just want to drive myself. 0-1 on Wimmers, who starts behind the dish today. Got the day off yesterday as Ulrich caught for the game. Played in that big Copperheads victory. Walked twice, came around to score in the same inning, as that one will catch the outside corner. Inning that saw the Joes bat around, put 10 or 11 batters to the plate. Wimmers, who started it off, walked, came around to score, and then got an at-bat later, walked again. As that one will come in and hit him. So able to work his way on and give the Joes a base runner. As I'm pretty sure Parker came up and tried to change his walk-up song to Firework. I don't know if there was confusion on that one. But I think he had a little conversation with one of the guys in the Jazz dugout about whether or why it was still Meek Mill. 1 out, 1 on, as Parker Lester will miss upstairs. Parker Lester screaming hot after a rough start. Is 10 for his last 20, as that one will miss off the plate.
Yeah, Lester all the way up to now 3rd on the team in batting average, hitting .317 coming into this one.
Might have to attribute that maybe to the parents coming up, as they came up, and he's been really hot with the parents around, as that one is fouled off. Talked to his parents at the Xenia Scouts game a couple of days ago. Really great people. They love the broadcast, so big kudos to them as we try to give you the best we can. 2 balls, 1 strike to Parker Lester. Wimmers over there at first. Big gaps in the outfield as all the outfielders playing straight up their positions. Is a start-stop from Wimmers. But a big swing from Parker Lester will even the count at 2-2. Joe's been able to work the pitch count a little bit higher after it was just 5 through 2 batters. A hit batter to Wimmers, and now Lester is the 3-2, or 2-2 rather. Wimmers going to take off and steal a bag. Confused me up here in the booth. I thought it was 3-2. I thought naturally he was taking off, and I think he might have got a Skelly a little bit as well, as that throw was pulled away to the left. As Wimmers collects his first stolen base of the season. I believe he's the last guy without one, as Palmieri is no longer with us. And it is. He is the last guy. As Lester sends this one in the left field, going over and just foul.
That ball, it initially didn't look like it was going to be too close. It looked like it was going to be pretty far foul, and also I think the players would concur just based off the way they reacted. That ended up just being a couple feet to the left of the line, though. Could have been extra bases and a run coming in for the Joes.
Didn't see, can't really see that chalk down the left field line when it gets to the shade, so I was a bit confused. The umpire didn't throw up any hand signals, but I guess everybody down there knew it was foul. The 3-2 Swing and a miss for strike 3. A good at-bat put up from Parker Lester. We'll move the pitch count to 15 in the inning, but we'll leave Nick Wimmers stranded at second. We go to the second inning here at Foundation Field. 0-0 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Top of the second inning, 0-0 our score. Tyler Hudson returns on the mound after a fun first inning, to say the least. Tyler Hudson will face Connor O'Malley, Leandre Turner, and Chandler Skelly in this inning. It was Patriotic Day, the theme for the guys today. It's the first pitch to O'Malley will find the inside corner. A lot of guys showing off their patriotic spirit, came in red, white, and blue. A lot of guys with some really cool socks and other garments, as that one is chopped just foul. Saw Bridges and Wimmers both converging on it, but we'll let that one go foul, as if that one's touched fair, I think that's going to be a tough play for anybody. But you'll see Parker Lester with the long red, white, and blue socks. I believe he's the only guy with visible changes, unless you see our head coach Tyler Thaman, who's wearing the longer USA socks. But one of the best items has to be Tyler Hudson's hat that he rocked up
Cowboy
with.
hat,
It was a
yes,
bit
sir.
like the tiny pink cowboy hat that you see a lot, but it was red, white, and blue, had a big star on it. It was definitely one of the highlights. And Chase Hopo was literally an American flag, because the 0-2 going to be fouled off. Hopefully those pictures going up throughout the day, as we like to have a good social media presence. No balls, 2 strikes to Connor O'Malley, as Hudson looks to make it back-to-back Ks. The 0-2 hit on the ground to Walker Bridges. He'll take a knee, rip that one across the diamond for out number 1. Cal Brazier there to receive it, and that's out number 1 in the inning. The first time the leadoff guys retired, just been the second inning, but did see Aiden Hines single one right back up the middle to lead things off in the first inning. So good to see Tyler Hudson retire. The leadoff guy to start the inning will bring up Leandre Turner. We'll start in center field for the Jazz. Turner, a .263 hitter, as that one's fouled to the backstop. Four guys above 300 on this Jazz team. You've already seen Hines. Actually, you've already seen all of them. O'Malley leading the way with 347. As that one off the fists over to the Jazz dugout. Parker 329, Deering 319, and Hines 313, with Kuramoto just at the cusp at 283. Hudson will do his best to try to lower all of those averages tonight. Has Leandre Turner down 0-2. And there's the slider Don't know where that one missed. Presumably up in the zone. Tyler Hudson right back to business. We've seen him work quickly out of the windup before. There's the 1-2. Fought off of the plate. Hits one of the pillars.
I think that's the first time we've seen that this year.
Looking like one of the newer Taco Bell commercials where something hits one of the things and they have to go to Taco Bell immediately. Nobody here has that urge. Everybody's staying in their seats. A 1-2. There it is. Slider on the inside corner. Caught him looking. Put that one backwards for out number 2.
Hudson's slider is working well for him. He just kind of found the perimeter of the zone the first couple of times. Finally able to catch it there, though.
It's great when you can have that slider on the inside corner to righties that can dance them off the plate and then find it, and then the one that can get him to chase off the plate. One ball, no strikes to Chandler Skelly. He sits behind the dish tonight for the Jazz. Haven't had any action from him behind the plate tonight as Wimbers was able to steal the bag. The 2-0. Just a bit inside. We'll dance Skelly off the plate just a little bit. I've noted this on several occasions that the Jazz color schemes always confuse me as the 3-0 will find the zone. It's navy. They have a very bright green. They have a bright orange. It just doesn't seem like there's one consistent bit of cohesion with the colors, as that one's sent out of play. But they're all cool jerseys. They all got, the color schemes are all working together. But you see Skelly with the bright lime green armband. In fact, you might not. It might be chroma keyed out of our broadcast, as that's a big swing and a miss for out number 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Tyler Hudson. Gets out of it in 15 pitches opposed to 22 in the first inning. Still nothing in our score. We're right back with the bottom half of the second. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
The Casual Pint is a community and neighborhood craft beer spot located in Hamilton that provides a vast selection of the best craft beers the region has to offer. They also offer a great selection of food options from appetizers to entrees, so if you just need a snack while you socialize or want to enjoy lunch or dinner, they have something that will hit the spot. Go online and order at hamilton.thecasualpint.com or go to their location located on 130 Riverfront Plaza. That is 130 Riverfront Plaza in Hamilton, Ohio. Proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Joes fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Bottom of the second inning, Evan Ulrich will lead things off for the Joes. Walking his way up, looking to find his way on. The Joes just one base runner so far. coming off a Nick Wimmers hit by pitch. Ended up stealing a bag a little bit later. We'll face off against Dickey, and we'll rip that one in the left center gap. Coming in is Kuramoto. They'll cut that one off. But one pitch and now one base runner, as opposed to one pitch, one out in the first. Joe's all over the first pitch of the inning. Two different results. Evan Ulrich will reach base for the first hit of the ball game. Saw a lot of that in his BP rounds. A lot more line drives than what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing him put balls out, but has kind of changed it a little bit in this BP round. And sees his dividends there. We'll give way to Bennett Clement. Has that one will catch the top of the zone. The last of the three Joe's All-Stars in the lineup. It's only Miller, Wimmers, and Clement, with Bridges being the alternate. Everybody else getting the off day. Oh, one. Ulrich going to take off. The throw in time. Pitch missed upstairs, and Evan Ulrich is hung out to dry. Not sure if that was a straight steal as Tyler Thaman's talking to him as he's walking back to the dugout, or if Bennett Clement was supposed to swing at that one, as that one was up in the zone. But either way, go down as a caught stealing. First to the game for Skelly behind the dish, as that one is blown by the bat of Bennett Clement for strike two. Saw this a couple times last week with the Joes getting two base runners in an inning and immediately having all momentum killed with two caught stealings. And you have to think you'd like to rectify that here with Bennett Clement reaching base. The 1-2, swing and a miss off the plate for strike three, as Dickey goes right back to business, collecting out number two. So now 2 away for Casey Fink, as Dickey has just eclipsed the 20-pitch mark. Would love to see him pitch more than just 6 pitches this inning. As we saw Wimmers drive that pitch count up last inning. Drawing a hit by pitch, as that one will miss off the plate. Casey Fink, 289 on the season. Part of a couple of guys that are up close to the 300 mark, as that one makes him look a little silly, swinging over the top of that one as it came into him. See, Badalak, Hawthorne, Fink, and Wimmers all 280 to 290. All of them on the cusp of eclipsing 300, as that one sent to the left-hand side. Peyton Lane will field it and will fire across to O'Malley for out number 3. And it is a 8-pitch inning for Harold Dickey in the inning. And the Joes go scoreless yet again. Third inning coming up here from Foundation Field. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Nine 1-2 due up for the Jazz here in the third inning of this 4th of July extravaganza, you could call it. But Joe's looking to have some fireworks on the field, as there will be fireworks after the game off the field. Everybody going to bring their lawn chairs. This, we've mentioned, probably one of the best crowds we'll see all season. The stands are packed, as Kyle Kuramoto going to send that ball into right center field. Bennett Clement back on it, over his head. What looked to be routine has now gone to the wall. Kuramoto rounding second. He'll get into third, standing. No challenge. And a leadoff triple for who our director of analytics said between innings is the Joe's killer. Kyle Kuramoto hitting .364 against the Joes. Adds a triple to that tally. We've mentioned how important it is to retire the leadoff man, and well, triple is not that.
Yeah, that ball was hit well out there in right center. Clement came over on it, but I don't think he got the greatest read on it, because it did look like off the bat it was going to get a little farther than Clement thought it would. That was indeed the case.
Lineup flips over. Aiden Hines will watch that one for ball number 1. Yeah, Clement was jogging out there in right center. I really thought he was going to camp under it, make the catch, but all of a sudden he had to change it. That one's hitting the left field. Grant Miller now going to range over. That one will drop in front of him. Hines will retreat back to first as Miller gets that one in quickly. And the Jazz are now on top 1-0 here in the third.
Back-to-back good at-bats from Aiden Hines to start this one. Bit longer his first time out, but that one just put it up the line and find a spot where no one's there. One hops that one in front of Grant Miller for the RBI single.
The mantra always hit them where they ain't. We'll put Aiden Hines on once again. Was cut down at the plate when the ball was hit to Walker Bridges in the first. So that one also ripped into center field. Bennett Clement going to go back. And that one's off the wall. Bennett Clement able to get it in quickly. The throw to Hines. As there's 2 runners now at third base. They'll tag one out and tag the other. I think that's a double play, as the field umpire is looking over at Parker and calling him out. So I think they're both going to be out, and that's a huge break for Tyler Hudson if that's the case.
Yes, and if that is the case, that's a really, really good heads-up play by Walker Bridges.
Another one, yeah.
As he made the decision to tag Hines, or rather Parker first, and then chase after Hines down the baseline. We'll see if this will pay off for him or not.
So normally the rule is if 2 are on the base, you tag both. The guy coming in, not the guy in front, is out. So if they're both on the base and Parker gets tagged, then Parker is out, and then Hines leaves the bag and offers himself up. If they both stay on the bag, then one person is just out, and that's the best case scenario for the Jazz. But instead, I think what's happening here is they tag Parker, he's out, and then Hines leaves on his own fruition and is run down by Walker Bridges down the third baseline. But it's going to be a hard play to overturn, because I don't think the home plate umpire's really looking at that in general. We don't have, obviously, instant replays. We're the only broadcast here.
It was called a double play on the field.
And judging by the unhappiness of the Richmond Jazz, I think they're going to keep it that way.
Yeah, Parker's still standing over there on third. Hasn't moved a muscle just yet. He's still staying over there.
They're pointing
and now
to
the
him.
umpire's pointing to him and calling him out from the field.
Oh, the home plate umpire
I think the home plate
said
umpire
safe, and I think they were.
I think they conferenced and came out with different verdicts.
So they'll say he's safe, and now we'll get a meeting from Tyler Thaman, because that's a hard play to overturn as a home plate umpire. He was not quite looking at it. And you never know. We don't have quite the angle, but Cade Parker might not even have been on the bag when he was tagged, as he was kind of in the middle.
Tyler Hudson and Nick Wimmer's tossing back and forth. Call's going to stay at 1 out, so Parker over to third after the double, and Hines is cut down.
It's a weird play all the way around, but again, Tyler Hudson out getting a bit lucky with some misfortune from the Jazz base running. Gets the 1 out. Would like to have had the 2. That would have been crazy. But Cade Parker will get in there. I believe that's going to be scored a double. As Cade Parker was in there safely. That'll be a big swing and a miss from Deering, who we have mentioned is the leader on this Jazz team in home runs, the leader in the GLSCL in RBIs. So Joe's infield going to come in here in the early going, about halfway from the middle infielders. That one will miss low. Deering having himself a great year at the plate. We've mentioned he's been named to the All-Star team. 30 hits so far, 25 RBIs, 4 home runs. As that one's sent out into center field. Bennett Clement gonna race back. That'll ring off the top of the batter's eye. Missing a home run by a couple of feet, maybe inches, and will settle with a triple. Had to hit it to the tallest fence in the park. Anywhere else in that is a 2-run home run. So another solid or sort of break for the Joes.
Ryan Finnerty's going to come out, to talk to Tyler Hudson. But I will tell you, in all my conversations with everyone who's been around this ballpark, I have only heard of one time ever where a ball has been hit over the batter's eye here at Foundation Field, 390 in center, and that batter's eye is tall, and I'm telling you, that was mere feet away. I believe it was in the fall during a Miami-Hamilton inter-squad scrimmage when a ball was hit over that batter's eye. But nothing has been ever hit there, I don't think, in an actual game between two opposing sides. And that was very, very close from Deering. He bat flipped. I'm not sure if he realized how difficult it is to hit it out there in center, but guess it doesn't matter. Trot out of the box and still end up with a triple.
Hit it dead center. Hit the exact middle post. And he'll collect himself an RBI. Brandon Schrempf, rather, will foul the first pitch. He sees off. We just got word from our president, Daryl Grissom, that he's seen 5 go over the batter's eye. He's the coach for Miami Hamilton, as that one is fouled off.
And I think that includes some batting practice tallies as well.
But only 5 in total, which is a low number, but maybe a little high, actually, as that's a daunting wall out there in center field. It's almost Green Monster-esque, but in center field. As the 0-2, gonna miss upstairs. Another extra base hit for Deering as he continues his great season. That's RBI number 26, and now leads the way in extra base hits by 3. As that one's hit on the ground, Walker Bridges gonna field that one, go across the diamond, and Schrempf's retired for out number 2. And you have to think 2 runs here is almost Tyler Hudson getting out of another jam.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the scorecard in this inning, you got triple, single, double, triple, and now a 5-3 putout. So the fact that the Joes have somehow only given up 2 runs off that is pretty much all you could ask for on their side.
We'll bring up Peyton Lane, who is the beer batter tonight, is that one will miss inside. We've seen the beer batter in Southern Ohio, as it was Bennett Clement who tried to lay down a bunt at the time. Assuming Peyton Lane will not try to do that here. With the 2 outs and the runner at third. But 2-0 our score, as that one will miss upstairs.
Clement got booed really hard for that, too.
Tyler Hudson behind in the count. It just seemed like Tyler Hudson's been around the zone. We just seen the one walk, and it's just been a little too around the zone. Has missed in spots that have found barrels. Is that one to miss upstairs? So around the strike zone to a fault, I suppose. As this Jazz team has come right in and punched the GLSCL South leaders in the mouth. The 3-0 will find the outside corner. Hudson above 50 pitches. That was 51 in just his third inning of work. It's been taxing out there on the mound. It's rather hot as well, 90 degrees. That's always the hottest part of the field is the mound. You always feel like you're the loneliest person out there as that one will miss low, and Peyton Lane will be walked. So walk number 2 in the game for Tyler Hudson. Nobody up in the bullpen as we see someone walk out there. Not sure if they're going to.
That's Josh Leisure. I don't think he's going to pitch.
Yeah, he's just going to walk out there, join the guys out there sitting in their lawn chairs. Now 2 outs for Connor O'Malley. Grounded out to Walker Bridges his first time up. Bridges, who's had a great day defensively. As a delayed steal. Short for one and back in time. Wimmers will make the tag as Deering was well late to the plate. Make that a 6-2 put out. Peyton Lane will get the stolen bases. That will end the inning. Connor O'Malley will be back up in the 4th, where the Jazz have taken a 2-0 lead. We go to the home half of the 3rd. The Joes are looking for a response of themselves. You're watching the All Health Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
4-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Harold Dickey back out on the mound now with a 2-0 lead after the Joes kind of feel like you got away with something, but still a rough inning defensively as there were a number of extra base hits in that inning. But Sam Lowe will strike in and get his first at-bat with Cal Brazier on deck. Be 8-9-1 and so wave and miss the first pitch from Dickey. We've talked about how Brazier has been on a home run kind of streak almost as he's homered in his last 2 games. You get Sam Lowe on and things get a little interesting. The 0-1. We chopped on the ground. Foul.
Wow, that was really close. Lowe did not run, and that ball stayed fair all the way to the base, and at the last moment was just foul.
It hit the foul line and then hopped, I guess, the left of the bag, because if it hops over the bag, it's a fair ball. But either way, it's a foul ball, and Sam Lowe will take ball number 1. Lowe got an appearance yesterday in the DH spot, had himself an RBI in the 6th inning, had a sacrifice fly in an inning where the Joes looked poised to tie the game. But Knapp Schaefer came in and shut the door, had 2 strikeouts that ended the inning and left the bases juiced for the Joes, who would go on to lose that game 9-5 as the count is 2-2. Sam Lowe rips that one to the left field. Kuramoto over there. His hard turn. They're going to send Sam Lowe, and he's in there.
Good base running there from Lowe. He's a little shaken up maybe on second base.
Yeah, he rounded first gingerly.
Now he's going to get up, and he looks to be okay, which is good, but good stuff there from Lowe. That was a rather routine hit out there in left field for Kuramoto to receive. I don't think he was thinking that Sam Lowe was going to turn around first as hard as he did, but for Lowe, no hesitation.
Ryan Finnerty was pointing this entire way up the line. He was pointing at second, sending him the entire way, so props to both guys. Brings up Cal Brazier, who mentioned he's on the home run streak, and it's kind of turned around his summer so far. 5 for 13 with 2 bombs as of late. As he will send that one into center field. Coming in and making the play is Turner. We cut off at shortstop for out number 1. We talked to Brazier post-game and asked him what the kind of difference was. He's kind of noticeably hitting the ball a little bit better, finding more barrels. And he said he's just been working on it in BP before games, and that's what we've seen a lot from these guys in general. A lot of guys that love to get in and love to do the early work and love to make themselves better.
Yeah, that's a nice thing is Tyler Thaman. He does work at the Ohio Baseball Science Academy, and he's a big coach who loves to focus on mechanics, and that's a big part of summer collegiate baseball. It gives you the opportunity to come in and work on that.
1-0 to Grant Miller, who we've talked about all season, is set to the top of this Joe's team in terms of RBIs, is the tied for the lead with 15, him and Sam Lowe at the top. Sam Lowe's out there at second. 1-0, going to miss upstairs. The Joes have been good at responding. They were especially good at responding to teams during their 7-game win streak. It seemed like whenever a team would put up some runs, they would immediately answer back with their own. We'd love to see that start to pick up again as they trail by 2. 2-0. Going to miss upstairs. Everybody double taking on that one. As the smell of sulfur rings through the air, fireworks have been going off periodically here at the park. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. Taken all the way is Grant Miller, and Dickey will catch the zone. Grant Miller wearing the high socks today. One of a couple guys, Parker Lester, wearing the high socks. Bennett Clement almost always wears the high socks. I have not fully looked at him today, though. The 3-1, going to be fouled back.
Knock some birds off the netting there.
They were just trying to watch some free baseball.
No one gets in free here.
No. You got to go pay your fees over there at the Big Joe's Tent Birds. $5. You can go sit up there all you want. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Joes leadoff man and RBI leader. And he'll chase the ball upstairs. Swing and miss for out number 2. Dickey's 4th strikeout. We'll bring up Walker Bridges. We talk about parents. Walker Bridges' parents in attendance today. They came in the press box and complimented us on our stream. Always love when we get feedback from parents, whether that be good or bad. It's been good so far. He'll chop that one right back to Dickey. On the first pitch he sees, he'll flip that one over to first for out number 3, and the Joes leave Sam Lowe stranded at second. 2-0 our scores. We head to the fourth inning. You're watching the All of Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519. Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
Connor O'Malley going to lead things off for the Jazz, who lead 2-0 after an explosion offensively in the third. Saw them put up just the 2 innings, but we talked about it during a couple breaks. Just feel lucky that the Joes are only down 2 with how well the Jazz have hit the ball here in the early going. That's the first pitch to O'Malley, going to miss low.
Yeah, if I told you we'd see 2 triples, a double, a single, and a walk in the same inning, you'd probably think more than 2 runs were scored.
That one will find the outside corner. O'Malley tearing the cover off the ball as well, hitting 347. In the top 10 here in the GLSCL South, as that one swung over the top of. His 0 for 1 so far tonight. Ground out to Walker Bridges. Saw him up in the last inning, but Deering was cut down to the plate after a steal of second. And Sam Lowe was able to come over and make that play. As he takes a half swing. Ball was upstairs and he knew it, chased it anyway, as that's going to be strikeout number 4 for Tyler Hudson. Out number 1 here in the fourth.
Yeah, same 3 guys due up this inning for the Jazz that were due up in that second inning, which was the clean one for Tyler Hudson as he retired the Jazz 1-2-3.
Looking to return to that form in the second. A big 0 here for the Joes as that one cuts the outside corner to Leandre Turner. Turner and Skilly both retired on strikeouts. 2 of the 4 strikeouts so far for Hudson. As that one will miss just off the plate. Hudson kind of staying a little bit more outside here in this inning as that one comes inside and sent into center field. Start talking about something and immediately the opposite happens. And Leandre Turner with a single, his first of the ball game. Hudson, we mentioned, came in with 20 strikeouts. Now has eclipsed to 24 and sits at the top of the Joes staff in strikeouts rather.
2 in front of Chase Hopewell.
Chase, who hasn't been out in a little bit, is Turner going to go. Wimmers from the knees.
Great jump.
Nothing doing as Leandre Turner will swipe the bag. We mentioned this Jazz team love to steal bases. That's number 2 if you count the stolen base Peyton Lane had in the third that resulted in the cut down of Deering at the plate. But 80 stolen bases coming into today for the Jazz. Tried to show off their wheels so far with varying results. A couple of checks over there as the 0-1 now, make it 0-2 to Chandler Skelly, the catcher for the Jazz. Sun fully shining. The light's not even close to turning on yet as the sun is out and proud. A couple of clouds in the sky. The beautiful 4th of July. Decent amount of checks over there to Hudson, as he'll miss inside and walk behind the plate. Wimmers hasn't even given the ball back to him. Did not like the call so much he didn't even get the ball back. As that one presumably missed either inside or low, but looked great from up here. Bouncing over there is Parker Lester, but the pitch will come in. A delayed steal, throw down to third, and sends it into center field. So stolen base and an E2 plates run number 3 for the Jazz. As that ball was off the plate, the count moved to 2-2.
Yeah, I'm just not entirely sure what happened on that. It should have been a rather simple play, as Turner did not run on that pitch, but instead it ends up scoring a run from second.
Yeah, caught Wimmers a little off guard as he went to the knees after the pitch to throw it back to Hudson, and then had to swing it across Skelly as that one comes in and hits him. No malice behind that one. We'll provide a mound visit from Coach Tyler Thaman. We did see a little work in the bullpen. Someone making their way from the bullpen, walking now onto the field.
I don't think they can take the ball from him just yet here. I don't think there was a pitcher out there in the bullpen throwing from the mound yet, as Evan Ulrich, the catcher who's DHing today for the Joes, has just made his way in there. So Hudson's going to have to stay in for now.
3-0 our score. And Skelly now reached with his 9th hit by pitch on the season. We'll bring up Kyle Kuramoto, who we've mentioned has killed the Joes so far. Now already has the triple and went over the head of Bennett Clement to right center field. The first pitch to Kuramoto will miss outside. Kuramoto hitting out of the 9-hole, but it's hitting 283 in his 16th game. So a sneaky 9, as that's a big swing and a miss from Kuramoto for strike number 1, almost a second leadoff, you could say. The Jazz 3 runs off 6 hits, no errors. The Joes no runs off 2 hits, 1 error. One ball, 1 strike to Kuramoto. I foul that one off. For strike number 2, Hudson eyeing down out number 2 of this inning and strikeout number 5 on the game. We talked about how good Hudson's been at striking out batters. Looking for his 5th in the 4th inning. A 1-2. Sent just over the outstretched glove of Walker Bridges into left field. Grant Miller getting it in quickly. Kuramoto on. Now 2 for 2. We'll flip the lineup over to Hines.
Everything's been close, it seems like, in the field for the Joes today. Seen Hudson get into a lot of 2-strike counts. We've seen some balls hit pretty close to gloves, but just haven't gotten that push over the edge just yet that the Joes have needed, it seems.
This 9-1-2, not a spot you want to be facing with runners on the bases, as Hines is 2 for 2. Kuramoto now 2 for 2. Cade Parker with a double, and Austin Deering with that big triple that was inches away from a home run. Is the first pitch to Hines, going to find the inside corner for strike one. One out here in the top of the fourth as Tyler Hudson will hurl his 70th pitch of his appearance here in the fourth inning with the Jazz up by 3. The 0-1. Big check swing. They'll say he went. Hines unable to hold the bat back, as that's probably one of the best pitches we've seen the last couple of innings from Tyler Hudson. But approaching 20 pitches here in the inning is Tyler Hudson. We've mentioned it before, is good at getting to 2 strikes. As Hines able to battle that off. It's almost a testament to the Jazz bats that the 2 strike counts have gone the other way. And Joe's staff really had the Jazz numbers coming into today, as the Jazz hit sub 200, around the 150, 160 mark on the season when the two meet up. And they will meet up tomorrow, as they'll take on the Jazz at historic McBride Stadium. Nothing in 2. Leadoff man Aiden Hines with 2 runners on and 1 out. Jazz up by 3. The 0-2. Slider on the inside corner, fouled off to the right-hand side. Hudson has a couple of Ks via that pitch on the inside corner. But Hines able to get that one on the fists and push it towards the dugout. And a fight to stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes once again. Long pause from Hudson, checking on the runner at second, as that's going to catch the inside corner for strike 3, make it backwards for out number 2. As that's strikeout number 5, inning number 4 for Tyler Hudson. Second of the inning. The first time he has retired Aiden Hines will bring up Cade Parker, who was also 2 for 2 in reaching base today. A single, or rather a double and a walk. So the first pitch to him will catch the zone. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object between these two, is that's swung on and missed. Cade Parker comes in leading the GLSEL South in strikeouts, and Hudson leading the Joes in strikeouts. So down 0-2 is Cade Parker, but we mentioned has been hot as of late, won the GLSEL Player of the Week, both of them coming out of the South in this week. 0-2. Hit a mile into the air out into the parking lot. A lot of the kids running over there to grab it, as they do trade foul balls for candy here. Might have to hunt one down myself. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the fourth. Hudson trying to get out of this inning with just 1 run allowed. The 0-2. Gonna miss upstairs. Trying to get Cade Parker chasing, much like he got O'Malley chasing up in the zone. Pitch number 78 and 26 in the inning for Tyler Hudson, as it's likely the last inning we'll see him on the mound tonight. The 1-2. Tried to get that slider to catch the inside corner, instead almost rung the helmet of Cade Parker. Buzzing the tower a little bit, backed him off the plate. Changed the eye levels, I suppose. See if he comes on the outside corner. Here for strike 3. 2's all over. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Big swing and a miss, number 6 for Tyler Hudson. who continues to strike out batters at a high clip, will bring up 2-3-4 for the Joes in the home half of the fourth. Probably the end of the day for Tyler Hudson as we will return with that home half of the fourth inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080. At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Back here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Dickey's still on the mound. He's only thrown 37 pitches so far, as he is named to the All-Star team, so has had an appearance such as one. 2 wins on the season already. Wimmer's the kind of guy you want leading off an inning. He is 4 for 8 leading things off. Look to jumpstart the Joes here. Chasing 3. He'll swing through that one. Wimmer's 1 of 2 Joes to reach base so far. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Sam Lowe, who doubled in the third. As the Joes just trying to break the dam that is Harold Dickey. As that one sent into right field. In on the hands, doesn't matter, sends that one into right field for his first hit of the game, and there is the proper walk-up for Parker Lester. Katy Perry firework. Just one night and one night only. Hopefully that will propel him to maybe do what he did the last time we saw him here at Foundation Field. Parked one well over the scoreboard. Fat Joe lean back there as he settles into the box. First pitch will find the outside corner for strike one. Outside corner been a bit expanded for both teams, it seems, so far. Joe's looking to capitalize on their second hit of the ball game. That one also hitting the right field. Wimmers was doing his boot scoot boogie into second. Thought he might have rounded and tried to get 3. But they'll hold him there as the Joes are in business here in the fourth inning. Back-to-back singles. They put 2 runners on with nobody out and bringing up the big DH tonight, Evan Ulrich, who has some definite pop here at Foundation Field, has 2 home runs. Both of them absolutely cranked. It's a bit of a extra base hit maestro, one could say. As the first pitch to him will catch the inside corner. 4 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 8 RBIs. The Joes needing him to come up in the clutch here in a big way. It's the breaking ball going to break all the way to the bottom part of the zone for strike 2.
That was nasty.
And Harold Dickey quickly ahead 0-2 on Evan Ulrich. That one will be fouled off. I mentioned just the two base runners before. I actually overlooked Evan Ulrich's single that he had in the second. So the Joes have been consistent in getting base runners on every inning. Just need to now do something with them. So Evan Ulrich will have the fastball blown by, swung over the top of for the first out of the inning. And Harold Dickey will have his 4th strikeout so far.
Yeah, the fastest pitch of the game from him, 89 on the fastball.
Call that one a stomped on fastball in the baseball industry. Put a little extra fuzz on that one to get the strikeout. Maybe a little extra jacked here in the 4th. That one's sent down the right-hand side. Look to second, but the only play will be over to first as Bennett Clement hit that one a little too softly to the right-hand side. You have to feel like any harder and that you might even squeak that one through past the glove of Hines. We'll bring up Casey Fink with runners at second and third. The Joes just looking to scratch one across and get some momentum back into their side of the dugout.
Yeah, a big single in the gap could score 2 here. That would be huge.
Casey Fink just with the 6 RBIs so far. Need him to come up in a big way as Harold Dickey spikes the first pitch into the dirt. First firework of the game popping off as Dickey pops his highest pitch in terms of velo at 91. A 1-0 hit high into the air. Going over is Lane. Has room. Makes the catch for out number 3 as Joes leave 2 more runners stranded through 4 innings. The Jazz are on top 3-0 as we go to the 5th. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Story Point Fairfield isn't just a place to reside. It's a place for residents to truly shine every day. Offering a diverse range of senior living services, our community is designed to suit all resident lifestyles, from highly independent seniors to those who may require day-to-day assistance. Every resident becomes a member of our community. We strive to make sure each moment of each day is something to remember. Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Motts Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field.
Joe's fans, in need of insurance, United Heartland Insurance Agency has your back. A consolidation of a number of family-owned independent insurance agencies dating back to 1872, for years they have been protecting the assets of their clients by offering comprehensive and competitive business, personal, and life insurance products. Visit their Hamilton office at 185 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-896-5555.
The Greater Miami Valley YMCA. When communities get better, the world gets better. Discover how we positively impact the nation and how you can help us, one neighborhood at a time. The Greater Miami Valley Y, your local stop for building a healthy spirit for mind and body for all.
Top of the 5th inning, new pitcher on the mound for the Joes, the Jack Rutz, who will stride in to face up Austin Deering. We'll bring in the lefty to face the lefty. As Deering is 1 for 2, but had that monstrous triple his last time up. Hit it off the batter's eye in center field. Top of the batter's eye, I might add. First pitch to him will be fouled off at the plate. Deering with a considerably lower batting average against lefties, he's hitting 217, though 217 not a terrible batting average for the similar arm, especially being a lefty. You don't see lefties that often, as that one is pitched behind Deering.
Keep him honest.
I got a couple of mind games. Rutt's the other man on the Tiffin. Have Cal Brazier from Tiffin as well, making just his 4th appearance for the Joes. As that one sent up the middle, Sam Lowe chasing, will drop into center. As Deering will pick up a second hit of the ball game. And the leadoff man is put on for the Jazz. Lead by 3. Though it does feel like the Joes are a bit fortunate to only be down 3.
Yeah, it almost feels like more momentum-wise with everything the Jazz have been able to do offensively and kind of the lack thereof on the Joes side in terms of finishing, just stranding all kinds of runners. Joes have had no shortage of base runners, just not really able to finish the job at all.
Yeah, I've just been waiting for the one hit to break the mold. That one is sent foul from Brandon Schrempf.
So, I mean, it's now back-to-back innings where we've seen a runner on second, first and second in the 4th, just a runner on second in the 3rd. But both times runner on second with nobody out, and the Joes not able to score in either of those innings.
The Joes have put runners on base in every inning they've come to the plate. That's a big swing and a miss from Schrempf. It's just been about finding that big hit to put the run on the board that we've kind of been looking for tonight. Rutz just pitched 2 innings for the Joes, an ERA of 18. No strikeouts, 5 walks, 4 hits as that one's bounced in the dirt. Wimmers quick to corral. Keep Deering over there at first. Deering likely not to run as much anymore. Maybe a little bit of PTSD after he was cut down at the plate when Hines tried to steal a base. Or rather, Peyton Lane tried to steal a base. Stole it successfully, but Deering tried to come home as a little miss off the plate. A punt fake over there to Deering. All 3 times Rutz has come in to pitch, they've all been against the Mariners. This is the first time he'll face the Jazz. Is that one going to miss off the plate? Breaking ball going to miss well off. And we'll fill the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners over there at first. That's Austin Deering, singled in the center field to start things off here in the 5th. They'll call time.
Weird play there. Runner took off. Rutz lifted his leg, and the umpire signaled for time right as that was going. I thought Rutz, who actually kind of turned around, maybe could have caught Deering in some sort of rundown. But
I thought he balked for a second.
yeah, I thought he also, then when the umpire signaled, I thought that was exactly the case.
Full count, going to miss up and away. Rutz having a bit of an issue finding the zone consistently. When he misses, the misses are big, and that's not quite what you want. You want your misses to be close to kind of get guys to chase and extend the zone a little bit, but the misses have been a little something to be desired as Schrempf will reach for the 2nd time today, the first one that will impact his OBP as he reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, now reaches on a walk. We'll put 2 runners on, still with nobody out for Peyton Lane. Couple of checks over to the 2nd for Rutz as that one will miss well off and away.
Seen Rutz struggle with his command a little bit in his first couple appearances.
That'll provoke a meeting from his teammate, Cal Brazier. Just kind of the guy to know, what is wrong with him and having that experience, having played with him. Going to be a rather long meeting at the mound. Is just trying to, ease the nerves. He gets a little pat on the back. You can do this. Would say all you need to do is fill the zone, but Hudson did that a lot and was touched a couple of times by this Jazz team. We've seen the Jazz pick up in terms of the double play tally this season as we'll get a square at bunt. Deering will take off. He'll be hung out to dry. Not sure at all what that was.
You got to get that bunt down if you're Lane. I mean, in that situation, he really just did not make as much of an effort to it as I think he wishes he did. If you're just going to lay down a bunt, maybe you can pull it back when that pitch is up high in the zone. But when you've got guys running like that, you got to do everything you can to put it down, or else something like that's going to happen.
2-0 sent in the air. Cal Brazier going to range over to the fence, find the fence, and make the play.
Because now, all of a sudden, you've got a struggling pitcher on the mound with first and second, nobody out. And you've essentially given him a free pass here as the Joes have gotten a little momentum on their side. On the flip side, though, if you're Jack Rutz, this has got to feel really good. Now you're in a very good position. You can have a little bit more comfortability on the mound after that meeting. Chance to retire the side here.
First pitch to Connor O'Malley bounced. Another great save by Wimmers behind the dish. He's been quite the wall tonight. Rutz has missed low a couple times. I've seen Hudson miss low a couple of times. O'Malley loves the lefties. I mentioned well up there in the batting average in general. It hits well over 400 against left-handed pitching, which is not something you see from a left-handed batter. The first time that he has seen a lefty tonight was previously 0 for 2. The 2-0 will find the zone.
Good pitch there from Rutz right on the inside half.
Good comeback pitch here to O'Malley. O'Malley, a ground out to Bridges and a strikeout his last time up. One of Hudson's 6 strikeouts on the day. 2-1 set in the right field. Fink going to have to come in, and it'll drop in front of him. The throw in will be cut off by Brazier.
That whole play looked oddly casual from everyone involved, as Schreff will score from second. Didn't look to be running that hard, and then Fink got that ball out in right, but that play at the plate was not to be had.
Yeah, Fink kind of made it look like it was going to be routine, and I was kind of more casual on calling that because I thought that was going to be the end of the inning, but dropped in front of him. And Connor O'Malley with his first hit of the game gets himself an RBI. We mentioned he loves hitting against the lefties, continues that trend. Bring up Leandre Turner. Single came around to score his last time up after an error from Wimmers. Sent the ball in the left field. Is that going to be a swing and a miss there from Turner? Ball gets away from Rutz on the mound. Our score now 4-0. Jazz on top. A very manageable deficit for the Joes. It hasn't gotten quite out of hand just yet, but the Jazz have had 9 hits, and they've all been very good ones. Timely. They've crushed the ball, and you name it, they've done it. As that will catch the outside corner for strike 2. You look up and down the scorecard, and you see quite a number of Jazz base runners hung out to dry on some questionable decision-making on the base paths, and that's what's really allowed the Joes to stay in the game so far. Rutz trying to keep the lead at 4. The 1-2 bounced into the plate. Wimmer's going to have to corral it.
Yeah, I think this is just one of those days for the Jazz where, you make the decision as your style as a coach, you could say, is whether or not you want to be aggressive or not. And obviously Michael Skelly, a very aggressive coach. And this is just one of the days where had you not been aggressive, it probably would have paid off a little more for you. We'll see if they make that adjustment now that they've got the lead a little more. But, it goes back and forth day to day.
2-2 will miss upstairs. I don't think it'll change, to be completely honest. You're up 4-0. I think you keep the aggressiveness, and you hope that us as the Joes make a mistake. But the Joes have been very good at limiting mistakes and limiting compound errors with just the one error on the scoreboard. But the Joes have really cleaned that part of their game up here in weeks 3 and 4. Weeks 1 and into 2 were very shaky when it came to defenses. That'll miss off the plate, and Rutz will walk another batter. Walk number 2 in the inning, and 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 run scored already. Jazz up to 14 base runners so far and have stranded 10 of them. As that one will catch the outside corner on Skelly. Rutt's been really good, actually, at getting ahead of batters, much like we saw Hudson do a couple of times, but it's just been putting away that it's been the struggle for him. Has tried to be a little too cute, a little too fine around the edges and try to clip them and get the big punch out. But sometimes you just got to go right after batters and let the chips fall where they may. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on for the Jazz, who lead by 4 in this 5th inning. So that one will miss upstairs. 25 pitches now in the inning for Rutz. Still no action up in the bullpen. Going to ride the arm of Rutz as long as they can.
Actually, I think a guy just finished throwing out there for the Joes.
I looked at the wrong time.
Out.
Pitch in the dirt. Wimmers again called on to be a wall and will answer that successfully. And the count will move to 3-1. Yes, 2 guys walking back from the bullpen. I always looking at the wrong time.
Just missed time.
3 ball, 1 strike. Rutz trying to climb his way back on Skelly. As that one will miss upstairs, and back-to-back walks now will load the bases for the Jazz. So we saw Cal Brazier come out and have a meeting, kind of calm things down for a couple of batters. We'll see a meeting from Coach Tyler Thaman. We did see a arm come back from the bullpen, so you never know if that guy's ready, and he is. Rutz will give up the ball and head back to the dugout. Will give us a new pitcher. We'll give you a name and his stats in a couple of minutes as we come back from break. You're watching the All Well Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio.
Top of the fifth inning, 2 outs. Chase Hopewell has been called to put out a fire. 1 run has come across to score in this inning, and the bases are loaded for the Jazz. We'll bring up probably one of the hottest bats against the Joes in this lineup, Kyle Kuramoto, to face probably one of the best pitchers out of the bullpen on this Joes team, Chase Hopewell.
Yeah, figured with the big crowd here on July 4th and Chase Hopewell being available that the hometown guy was going to come in for these fans at some point. Didn't envision this as the situation necessarily. To have him come in this early, I think the Joes would much rather have had him come in a save situation late. But you got to do what you got to do, and Chase has made it clear to this coaching staff that he will do whatever they ask him to, whether that's to come out of the bullpen and pitch a few innings or start, come into close, whatever it takes.
For pitch to Kyle Kuramoto, sent down the left field line, and will one hop to the Joes bullpen out there. A couple of guys climbing onto the fence, not wanting to get hit. Yeah, I've always been a big philosophy guy about using the best arm when you need it the most. Use your best arm when you need the best arm to come out of the pen. And this lead needs to stay at 4 for the Joes to kind of keep things where it is. There you see that fastball well up into the zone.
92 miles an hour on the fastball from Chase.
And we all keep waiting for the velo to get yelled across the press boxes.
Big difference from what we've seen earlier in this game.
Well, when Hopewell's come in with runners in scoring position, he has put them all down, 0 for 8. As that one, as we mentioned it, into left field. Grant Miller will field it. The runner coming in will be cut off by Bridges. It was a good throw from Miller and was cut off. Will bring 2 runs in. The lead now 6-0. Kuramoto continues his phenomenal day against the Joes. What do the Joes have to do to get a break against Kuramoto? As that's his 3rd hit of the ball game in 3 innings. And RBIs 1 and 2 of the ball game.
A really tough break there from Chase to go up ahead in the count 0-2, and Kuramoto just pushes that one the other way.
Best bat in this lineup so far, hands down, has been Kuramoto tonight. I think the way he's strung at bats together has been ridiculous. As Hopewell will find the outside corner to Aiden Hines. We get the updated stats. 7 for 14 Kuramoto is against the Joes. And is hitting 1,000 tonight. As the breaking ball from Hopewell buckles the knees of Hines, who went down on strikes his last time up, was caught looking by Tyler Hudson. It was his 5th strikeout of 5 at the time, or 5th strikeout of 6, rather. Hopewell looking for a big punch out here for the Joes. 0-2. Fastball going to miss upstairs. Sometimes with a fastball, throwing it as hard as Hopewell does, you can just kind of get away with missing well up in the zone and getting a big swing as the eyes kind of light up from batters. Hines neglecting to chase on that one. 1-2. Big swing and a miss there from Hopewell. Strikeout number 1 on the appearance for him. But 3 runs come across in the inning to move the Jazz lead now to 6. The Joes have some work to do going into the hitting part of the 5th inning. You're watching the OL Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
The Casual Pint is a community and neighborhood craft beer spot located in Hamilton that provides a vast selection of the best craft beers the region has to offer. They also offer a great selection of food options from appetizers to entrees, so if you just need a snack while you socialize or want to enjoy lunch or dinner, they have something that will hit the spot. Go online and order at hamilton.thecasualpint.com or go to their location located on 130 Riverfront Plaza. That is 130 Riverfront Plaza in Hamilton, Ohio. Proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Joes fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Tonight's nonprofit of the game is Family Resource Center. Family Resource Center has a vision to eliminate poverty by advocating for those in need and connecting them to resources and services. Family Resource Center is based in Oxford and provides emergency financial assistance, financial education, and referrals to those who need a hand up. Let's root on the Joes pitchers to 11 strikeouts to benefit tonight's nonprofit of the game. Joes certainly well on their way to that with Chase Hopewell coming into the game. Would love to see $500 donated to that great cause in Oxford.
You're in the home half of the 5th inning. Sam Lowe will foul one off the inside of the leg of Chandler Scully behind the dish. Sam Lowe is 1 for 1. Is Dickey's just making his way through the lineup second time, but doubled in his first at bat. Was left stranded at second. As we mentioned, the Joes have put a runner on in every inning. Would have been unable to string hits together when it matters. That's a big breaking ball, buckles the knees of Sam Lowe, but doesn't catch the zone. That kind of moved to 1-1. But you have to feel like the dam's gonna break for the Joes. It just takes one big hit in a pressure situation. As Sam Lowe will send that one high into the air in center field. Turner gonna come and find it as we see our first firework in center field. Just over that tree. Out number 1 to Sam Lowe. We'll bring up Cal Brazier, who just changed his walk-up song, I believe. Goes to hip-hop for the first time this season. At Alex in Chains his first time, and his second one was Metallica. The first pitch to him will miss low. Feel obligated to bring that up because being a Seattle guy, the grunge kind of heavy metal punk rock kind of scene is very prominent up there, and as such I am a big fan. As that one will miss low. 2 balls, no strikes to Cal Brazier, who flew out to Leandre Turner his last time up. We mentioned he's been hot at the plate, 2 home runs in the last 2 games and 5 for his last 13, or 14 now, as he's 0 for 1 tonight. 2-0 right down the middle. Brazier taking, move the count to 2-1. Dickey, who's been great like he has been against the Joes consistently. Just the 4 hits given up in his first start against the Joes, as that one misses low, moves the count to 3-1. Went 5 innings in that one. Got 4 hits, one unearned run, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and the Jazz ended up losing that game 5-2. The 3-1. Going to find the bottom part of the zone and fill the count at 3-2. Dickey, who has not walked a single Joe batter tonight, has hit Wimmers, and that has been the only free base in quotations that he's given up tonight. As a 3-2 laced into left field. Turner coming in, making a diving play and making the catch for out number 2. My goodness, went a long way and slid well across the grass. Cal Brazier hit that one on the screws, but a tough break for out number 2.
Great play out there by Turner in center, covered all kinds of ground, and was fully extended on that dive. Joes just can't catch a break right now.
The furthest the Joes have seen Dickey is 5 innings, but is only at 56 pitches so far, so I have to think they might see him for a little more if they can't provoke a call to the pen. Grant Miller now with 2 outs in the 5th. Joe's trailing by 6 as 3 runs came across the top half of the inning. The 0-1, a little extra on that one. Saw Dickey spike one last inning, run up to 91. Maybe just trying to show off for the Guns here in the stands. So one presumable scout is there was a guy in all Cardinals stuff, and it was a lot of Cardinals stuff to just be a fan, in my opinion. As Miller going to square the bunt and lay down a decent one. Skelly will field it and beat him by a step for out number 3. Grant Miller trying to change the fortunes of Harold Dickey, but unable to get to him this time. Will be the first 1-2-3 inning that Dickey has gone through tonight. We'll bring up the top of the 6th inning. Will be 1-2-3 due up for the Joes, or the Jazz rather, as they lead by 6. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Top of the 6th inning, Chase Hopewell still on the mound for the Joes after coming in a bit of a firefighter's spot. Gave up the single to Kurumoto and struck out Hines. Will bring out Cade Parker in the 6th, and the Jazz up by 6 as the lights have turned on here at Foundation Field. Some fireworks beginning to pop around the field. First pitch to Parker, a check swing. They'll check and say, yes, he did. Overcommitted on that one did Parker. Will be the first strike of his at-bat. Cade Parker has struck out already in this game. Struck out to Hudson. It's the last batter that he faced as the fastball going to miss upstairs. Parker 1 for 2. Mentioned that strikeout doubled in the 3rd and walked in the 1st. Came around to score in that 3rd inning. Part of the 2 runs that came across for the Jazz as that one's swung on and missed. Cade Parker out of Gulf Coast Community College, a resident of Panama City Beach, Florida, making the long trek up to Ohio, or Indiana rather, as Richmond is in Indiana, to play summer baseball, as that one will miss just off the plate. Presume that one actually missed high, as the outside part of the plate has been there consistently all night. But the breaking ball, I guess, did not break early enough. And as such, will even the count. The 2-2 sent a mile into the air. Nick Wimmer is going to go to the net. As everybody was waiting for that one to come down, and it didn't, at least in our view. Must have just hit behind us. Well, the count will move to 2-2 on Parker. Looking to retire him on strikes for the second time today is Chase Hopewell. Looking for back-to-back Ks. And he'll get it. Breaking ball, swung on and missed for strikeout number 2 for Chase Hopewell. Cade Parker going out on strikes for the second time today. A crucial out, as that's the leadoff guy retired for the first time in a couple of innings for the Joes. First pitch to Austin Deering will miss up, and then had to dance away a little bit. Austin Deering, we've mentioned, has had a great season so far. A couple of people have thrown his name around for Player of the Year. Halfway to the cycle so far, just missed his home run, and by virtue got the hardest part of the trip or the cycle, getting the triple.
We've already seen 2 no-hitters thrown in the GLSCL South this year, but I'm not sure when the last time we saw a cycle was.
Don't know if that one gets as much propaganda as, or fanfare. Pandemonium was the word, the P word I was looking for. Pandemonium as a no-hitter. But behind the count, 1-2 is Austin Deering. Opo looking for 3 straight strikeouts. Struck out Hines, struck out Parker, now looking to strike out Deering. The 1-2. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. Got him to Chase for strike 3. Did Hopewell. Chase with the chase for 2 outs now in the inning.
And these Jazz hitters just do not look nearly as comfortable in the box against Hopewell as they did in the previous innings against Rutz and Hudson. Hopewell just keeping them on their toes and blowing that fastball by.
First pitch now to Schrepf. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball gonna be swung right over the top of by the Jazz right fielder. For so far is Schrepf. That one will miss, or rather catch the outside corner. Wimmers, who was set up on the inner to middle third, had to reach across the plate and catch it, but caught enough for the home plate umpire to call a strike. And Schrepf now in danger of striking out for the first time. Looking for 4 straight strikeouts is Hopewell. The 0-2 hit a mile into the air. Wimmers throwing the mask away, thinks he might have a play as that one rings off the tent to our right. A couple of kids are in after it. That white tent is the concessions tent, as you cannot see it on the broadcast. No balls, 2 strikes. Chase looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. Coming to 4 straight Jazz batters. The 0-2 going to be bounced in. Spiked that one. Tried to get Schrepf to chase. That one barely got to the dirt part of the turf. So it's safe to say that one's an overthrow. But again, changing the eye level. We've seen a couple of strikeouts from these Jazz guys chasing the fastball upstairs, setting that one up perfectly. 1-2. Swung on and missed for 4 straight strikeouts for the big man, Chase Hopewell. Some momentum defensively for the Joes as we go to this bottom of the 6th inning. The Joes chasing 6, looking to crack the egg. That is Harold Dickey. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008.
Walker Bridges will lead things off for the Joes here in the bottom of the 6th inning, who need to get something going, trailing by 6. We've seen the Joes put up 6 runs before, came in that game against the Cheds a couple of nights ago. I'd love to see that here, but still facing the enigma that is Harold Dickey. Has given up just 4 hits like he did his last time against the Joes. Attempting to go 1 inning further than his first start. Went 5 in that one as that ball swung on and missed. But it's just been a tough day at the plate for the Joes. Dickey been able to keep the guys off balance, and it's been a tough day just finding hard hits in general. As the 1-1 looked like it hit him, but I guess bounced off the glove of Skelly behind the plate.
Nick Wimmer is doing a little army crawl over there on the left side.
Got to get the guys going some way, somehow at this point. The 2-1, big swing and a miss. A lot of break on that one, but I don't think that one was a slider. But the count is now even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Walker Bridges trying to work his way on for the first time tonight. Send that ball into the air. Converging is Schrepf and O'Malley. Will give way to Schrepf in right field for out number 1. Dickey has been very efficient with the pitches, just 64 here in the 6th. Is undecided, so we've talked about it in the break. Likely will go as long as he feels necessary to try to dazzle some scouts.
Yep, coming out of the transfer portal, played at Tennessee Martin this past collegiate season.
The first pitch to Nick Wimmers will be fouled off.
Yeah, looking for a new home, and definitely a D1 level arm from Tennessee Martin, obviously a D1 school in the Ohio Valley, but probably, or definitely good enough to find another Division I home. Sits in the low 90s on that fastball.
The 0-1 to Wimmers. Will find that outside corner. Wimmers visibly upset. He'll readjust the batting gloves and will step right in. Now down on the count 0-2. Wimmers did send the ball into the 3-4 gap, as you see. Hines definitely took a couple steps to his left, trying to protect that this time. As that ball is swung over the top of for strike 3. Another strikeout for Dickey, and it's just been a great day on the mound for him.
Yep, continuing it with a big strikeout over Nick Wimmers. And he's now the strikeout leader in the Great Lakes League, sole possession with 33 on the season.
6-9. And the Joes, I've just been unable to solve the puzzle so far. Definitely a game you put on your highlight reel. From Dickey, as that'll miss upstairs. But a native out of Tallahassee, Florida. A little further from home as he would like, being at Tennessee Martin. So maybe looking for something in the Florida area. 1-0 to Parker Lester, as that one will go to the backstop. Parker Lester dancing away at the plate.
A lot of good D1 programs in Florida. Of course, got your big guns, but even in the group of 5 as well,
Yeah.
and looking at the mid-majors, quite a few. You got UCF, USF, even some other schools. We see another Richmond Jazz player out there in center field in Turner playing at Bethune-Cookman.
I want to send foul for strike 1. Plenty of places to play. You've got your Dolphins at Jacksonville.
Got Jacksonville, the Dolphins, one of my favorite mascots in the NCAA.
And obviously in Tallahassee, you've got Florida State.
Absolutely. You've got Florida State, Florida, of course, are the big ones.
2 balls, 1 strike to Parker Lester. That one will miss off the plate.
You've got, at the Division II level, University of Tampa, which is one of the most historic Division II baseball programs.
They're always in it.
Really, really, really good D2.
Always in the mix. (3-1) the count to Parker Lester, as that one will miss low and give the Joes their first base runner since the 4th. As Parker will reach for the second time in the ball game. He singled his last time up. 2 good at-bats back-to-back. Even his strikeout was really good. Had the full count that was even brought up.
We missed a pretty important baseball program when we were talking about Florida. Of course, Stetson, the Hatters, with all kinds of major league talent that have come through there, most notably Jacob deGrom.
Lester taking off. Had a great jump. The throw from Skelly not even close. So Parker Lester will swipe it back as that one caught the outside corner. He always had to wriggle in some sort of Mets.
Some sort of Mets reference, of course. Yeah, Jacob deGrom pitched yesterday. The Mets are in town locally against the Cincinnati Reds, but deGrom out there in St. Lucie pitching in low A right now, balling out.
And is not a guy you want to see as a single-A player making his rehab. As that one catches the outside corner on Evan Ulrich. I could only imagine you roll up to the park and you're tired. You're gonna roll up and you're like, all right, let's get this game over with. You look at the lineup card and you're facing Jacob deGrom. Just hang up the cleats at that point and go home. Is that one? We swung right through by Evan Ulrich for out number 3. And it's just been a rough day at the plate for the Joes. Another runner left in scoring position for Hamilton as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Chase Hopewell will not return on the mound. We're going to get a righty. Right back with the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519. Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
New pitcher on the mound, Clay Badalak. You'll notice that name from not only our lineup cards on the daily, but you'll also notice it if you saw our All-Star graphics. One of the 8 All-Stars for the Joes will get his time to pitch here against the Jazz as they are up by 6. Big swing and a miss. After 2 good pitches, you would be mistaken to say Clay Badalak is in the All-Star game as a pitcher, but it is a two-way and makes most of his appearances in the field and at the dish. But looks the part right there. 3 pitches and a strikeout. Big beer batter for strikeout number 11 in the day. So good strikeouts all the way around. Did a lot of work. First strikeout of the day for Clay Badalak. A 11 on the scoreboard for our lovely nonprofit of the game.
5 in a row as well.
And 5 in a row, yeah.
$500 to the Oxford Family Resource Center.
They do really good work over there in Oxford, so appreciate the generosity. As that one sent out to Grant Miller, will range in and make the catch for out number 2. And Clay's come in and been great. 5 pitches, 2 outs. Looking to hang some zeros up on the board. You saw Chase strike out the side, or rather strike out 4 in a row as he came in and faced 5 batters. And now we'll see Clay get an opportunity to hang a big zero from himself as he'll face Leandre Turner. One-0 the count to Leandre Turner. 1 for 2 tonight. A backwards K single came around to score on that one. 2 stolen bases while on the bags that time as well. And also a walk as that one clips the inside corner. One ball, 1 strike. Big swing and a miss from Leandre Turner. Mentioned him in the last inning as being from one of those Florida schools, from Bethune-Cookman. You'll notice that game, if you follow college baseball, knocked off Florida in a regional one year as they made a big run in the postseason. As they'll catch him looking. Wimmers again reaching off the plate, but will oblige as that's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Joe's pitcher, Clay Badalak. Going to start referring to him as Joe's pitcher now, as he has performed well on the mound. Bottom of the 7th, it's stretch time and go time for the Joes. They trail by 6. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080.
Bottom of the 7th, after a quick 7th inning stretch. Harold Dickey's still out there on the mound. Will face Bennett Clement as the Joes trail by 6. We looked up in the break, and we have to mention it because it's just so odd as we wait for this first pitch to come in. But then we'll wait. Watch that one for strike one. Every team in the Cincinnati area is losing.
Every single baseball team right now, every single high-level baseball team related to the city of Cincinnati losing or has already lost, as that one catches the inside corner for strike 2. So Joe's losing. Cincinnati Steam lost earlier today. Reds are losing to the Mets. Every single Reds minor league affiliate is losing. And the Florence Yalls in northern Kentucky are also losing to the Schaumburg Boomers.
And then if you even want to throw us into the mix, you've got us and you've got the Steam.
Yep.
Both teams, well, the Steam have lost.
Summer Collegiate, every team lost.
We are losing currently, but we still hold out hope for Bennett Clement here. The 0-2 going to be fouled off.
I mean, what are the odds? Just to have the Reds in every minor league affiliate, we get a huge firework out there in center. The Reds in every minor league affiliate to all be losing at the same time. And then you mix in the Yalls and the Summer Collegiate squads. Unbelievable.
It just seems like it's out. It's stacked up against the Joes here. But they'll fight as the 0-2 bounce swung over the top of Bennett Clement. Will not attempt to run down the bases as multiple fireworks now beginning to pop off here at Foundation Field. Hoping for some fireworks of our own to propel a big comeback win for the Joes on the 4th of July. We've talked about the Joes' woes at home, and they won the last time we were here, so kind of felt like that things were shifting. But it's not been the best of stretches this week so far for the Joes. No balls, 1 strike to Casey Fink, who squared the bunt and pulled back. And we'll now watch 2 balls on the outside corner. Eight strikeouts in the game for Harold Dickey, who's written all over the scoreboard as a check swing. Be a tough play off the glove of Hines. And Casey Fink will reach on a single.
Yeah, that was a rather odd hit.
I think it was a breaking ball that was coming in on him. I think he kind of just tried to protect himself as he was already opened to the swing and just kind of like just checked it.
I honestly wish that Hines got that into his glove because I just wanted to see that play at first because that was going to be close anyway.
But instead will be an infield single for Casey Fink and maybe a little bit of momentum change for the Joes. Just need something to get going as it's just been a tough day at the ballpark as that one is check swung by Sam Lowe. The sun has almost fully set as it's pretty dark here at Foundation Field, so you'll start to see and hear more fireworks. The 0-1 over the head of Sam Lowe. A wild pitch will move Casey Fink 90 feet. Still nobody in the Jazz bullpen. Harold Dickey up to now 84 pitches. But it does kind of feel like it did opening night when things just kind of, started to change a little bit for the Joes.
Yep, starting to look up.
You see a weird hit and a wild pitch that goes to the backstop. Sam Lowe will watch that one, catch the bottom part of the zone. We've mentioned Sam Lowe and Grant Miller tied at the top for RBIs. Both sit at 15 on this Joes team. The right guy at the plate, just need him to come out with a clutch. The 1-2 sent over our heads back towards the barbecue that was happening earlier. So a nice family that was out there having a big barbecue for themselves on this 4th of July. There's a bit of a water park is here as well, so a good place to bring the kids. A lot of fun to be had in and around Foundation Field. Hines holding the runner, and the 1-2 will miss off the plate. Home plate umpire kind of slow with the calls, so I have to hold my breath a little bit and not get, too excited or not excited and make a call too early, as I've done a couple games ago when we had the umpire who was verbally yelling the calls but was not making signs with his hands, as the 2-2 will miss low. I say that and then I immediately jump quickly on that one. But Sam Lowe's drawn the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And getting up to 90 pitches is Harold Dickey. You have to wonder how long they're going to go before they even run a guy out there. You have to think precautionary. Even just run a guy out there in case he gets up to the 95, 100 pitch mark. So 3-2 chopped on the ground but foul as well, as it's been a long at-bat for Sam Lowe. 7 pitch at-bat. This will be number 8 as a big firework pops off in left field. So free fireworks shows for us. Hopefully well-timed. I'd like to see a home run and then fireworks go off in the background. That'd be kind of cool. Very Sandlot-esque. Full count once again to Sam Lowe. It'll be pitch number 90 for Dickey. As he'll swing and miss, and the ball will go to the backstop. Skelly will field, but reaching first safely is Sam Lowe. And we've talked about it. The Joes just needing something weird, and it's been a weird inning in general. Putting 2 runners on now with 1 out.
Runner advances over to third. Get him in any way you can right now.
At this point, just getting something going is the ticket. We'll bring up the big man, Cal Brazier.
I just can't believe right now that, and now we're finally, as I say that, going to see some pitchers make their way into the Jazz bullpen. I mean, you cannot let this get away from you. The only way the Joes are able to win this game is if things really fall off, you could say.
And the first pitch to Cal Brazier will miss up. You see the misses are just growing further and further off the plate from Dickey, and it just seems like there's something brewing for the Joes. He's been missing up consistently. You don't want to leave something too far up as the runner will take off. Throw will be inside. Cut off by Dickey.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
That was definitely one of the weirdest things I've seen on a baseball field. It wasn't
going to get Sam Lowe.
Well, it wasn't at him is the thing. Like,
Yeah,
if it was
reached
at the
up.
chest, cool. Like, that's at you, protect you. But he reached up with both hands like he was on an amusement park ride and just speared it with the glove. We'll put 2 runners in scoring position. Cal Brazier will look to hunt down some more RBIs as that one catches the outside corner. One ball, 2 strike to Cal Brazier. As Sam Lowe collect a stolen base. Dickey up to 93 pitches. We mentioned we see an arm out there in the bullpen. Maybe a little something brewing for the Joes. That's a big swing and a miss. Corralled by Skelly this time. Won't be any funny business. And it's now 2 outs in the 7th, but the top of the order comes up to the plate. We talked about Sam Lowe being tied for the lead in RBIs. Now Grant Miller himself tied for the lead in RBIs. The right guy at the right time. Grant Miller, who is hitless today, looking to be a catalyst to a Joe's comeback here in the late going. Trailing by 6 in the 7th. First pitch to him will find the outside corner. The guy we've mentioned time and time again at the plate, 6 for 9 with the runners in scoring position, is Grant Miller. It's the dude for the Joes. The 0-1 breaking ball danced Miller off the plate. Now we heard our director of analytics, who did not travel with us yesterday, saw on the game live yesterday when Grant Miller got the pinch hit that it was a 2-run home run that gave the Joes the lead at the time. Maybe some foreshadowing, premonitions, visions into the future. But Grant Miller is down 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Grant Miller looking to put a dent in Dickey's outing. The 1-2. Almost chased. They'll check. He did not go.
Oh, man, for Miller, that was real close, about as close as they come in terms of holding the hands up at that one. Dickey rather, on the mound, just pumping every last bit of energy he has left in the tank.
Yeah, Scherzer grunts on that one. Obviously adds velo. It's another 1 or 2 miles an hour for every grunt.
Always.
The count even at 2-2 to Grant Miller. We'll chop that one back to Dickey. He'll field it cleanly and throw it over to O'Malley for out number 3. On pitch number 99, Harold Dickey gets out of the 7th inning unscathed. That's 7 innings of no-run baseball for the Joes. We go to the 8th, trailing by 6. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast network.
At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Story Point Fairfield isn't just a place to reside. It's a place for residents to truly shine every day. Offering a diverse range of senior living services, our community is designed to suit all resident lifestyles, from highly independent seniors to those who may require day-to-day assistance. Every resident becomes a member of our community. We strive to make sure each moment of each day is something to remember.
Top of the 8th inning. After the Joes strand 2 more runners. Cleo Badalac still on the mound. We'll face Chandler Skelly to start things off. He'll step off.
Fireworks starting to creep a little closer to Foundation Field now.
We've heard stories that previously there have been bottle rockets shot at the outfielders.
There were definitely fireworks over the field. I remember last year vividly that everyone out there, all the Joe's staff, was kind of out messing around after the game on the field, taking ground balls and such on 4th of July, and there were firework shells everywhere, just littered all over the field. We haven't seen anything really up over the top of the field just yet.
Saw one that was in right field-ish, but not, anything.
Yeah, not anything over the
egregious.
players.
First pitch to Chandler Skilly finally comes in from Clay Badalak. It is a strike. Clay really good in his first inning, came in an inning ago and retired 3 Joes and got 2 strikeouts. So that one will miss off the plate. Long pause from Badalak. So that'll find the outside corner. That pitch further off than the pitch before. And it seems like the balls and strike calls are being a bit more haphazard at this point. They had the count with 2 strikes. Chasing up in the zone is Skelly. Another strikeout for Clay Badalak, who's been phenomenal on the mound so far.
His staff just continues to strike out batters, which is just funny to think considering that they've given up a decent amount of hits and runs, but they're waving some guys.
I believe that's 13 strikeouts. I don't know if there's a positive definitely when you win by 6 runs, but to strike out 13 times as well seems like a step forward and a step back. And also to give up or to have 10 plus hits and only score 6 seems like a bit of a knock as well. But they have been timely and they have put 6 runs on the board.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this game in hindsight, obviously it's not over, but if you look at these first 7 innings from a Richmond perspective, you've been swinging for the fences all night. You've got tons of extra base hits. You've got tons of guys on the base pads, but you're also striking out a lot. The decisions on the base pads have been not good, to say the least.
So definitely 2 or 3 steps forward, but a step at least.
Yeah, definitely a lot of
backwards,
positive,
yeah.
like a lot of just things to talk about on this Richmond side in terms of positives and negatives.
Broadcaster's dream, I suppose. 3 balls, 1 strikes to Kyle Kuramoto, as we've dubbed him the Joe's killer. 3 for 3 tonight. Triple, 2 singles, 2 RBIs, a run scored, but not much he hasn't done, as that will be swung right through. In fact, the only thing we haven't seen him do is strike out, and he is down in the, or now has 2 strikes as fireworks go off just past the bullpen.
They're going off
to our
everywhere
left.
now, yeah. Seen some in center, too. It's almost constant.
That'll catch the outside corner, froze him for strike 3. Kuramoto goes down to Clay Badalak, who now has 4 strikeouts.
My goodness. Joe struck out 17 in a game last year. That was the most all season. But that was in a 1-0 pitcher's duel win over the Cincinnati Steam. It was nothing like this. 14 in the game for the staff.
A chance for 18 with 4 outs remaining, because that's a big bender from Badalak catching the outside corner.
That game was in the first week of the season last year, and they had 14 going into the 9th inning, and they struck out the side. So very, very interested to see how this one finishes.
The 0-1. Gonna miss low. Maybe skipped in. I having a little bit of trouble seeing past my reflection in front of me here in the press box. The light is turned on above us. A light that's been on and off literally all season. 1-1. Gonna be off the plate. Now Clay, who is at the top of this team in terms of ERA, always have to see him when you click on the pitching page, has come in and been everything the 0 has been built up to be, as that one's going to be bunted. Fielded by Clay Badalak. Thrown. They'll say Brazier kept the foot on.
Wow, that was a great
And
play
that'll
by
end the inning.
Badalak. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, an infield type play.
Yeah, showing off
from
his
Clay.
Yeah.
Barehanded that off the ground and made a great throw across his body.
couple of words from the Jazz staff. Presumably the end of the night for Dickey. We'll have the new pitcher, if there is one, coming up next. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Jazz up by 6. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Motts Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field.
Joe's fans, in need of insurance, United Heartland Insurance Agency has your back. A consolidation of a number of family-owned independent insurance agencies dating back to 1872, for years they have been protecting the assets of their clients by offering comprehensive and competitive business, personal, and life insurance products. Visit their Hamilton office at 185 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-896-5555.
The Greater Miami Valley YMCA. When communities get better, the world gets better. Discover how we positively impact the nation and how you can help us, one neighborhood at a time. The Greater Miami Valley Y, your local stop for building a healthy spirit for mind and body for all.
Jake Willis now in for the Jazz as the end of the day comes for Dickey, who had a phenomenal day on the mound. 7 innings, 10 Ks, 5 hits. Obviously no earned runs and no walks. A game you definitely add to the recruitment sort of messaging that you send out.
Absolutely, in the transfer portal.
Hey, we got 5 hits.
1 ball, no strikes as fireworks coming all the way around the park. Walker Bridge is going to lead things off and send that ball into the air. O'Malley got a beat on it, but those lights are rough. Will be squeezed behind first base for out number 1. Those interns know a thing or two about those lights. We've gone out and tried to catch pop flies from head coach Tyler Thaman after games, and my goodness, once the ball gets over those lights, you completely lose it. It's definitely something you have to grow to respect.
Outfielding in general is just a very misunderstood position, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. It seems like
fielders make it look so routine. You see a ball hit in the air and you think the fielder's going to track over to it and he's going to make the catch, and you know, when you're out there, it's so much different than that.
The 0-1 to Wimmers, we fouled off.
I mean, you read it off the bat. It's a full sprint to where you think it's going to go. You lose it as soon as it's up in the air. And honestly, as an outfielder, it's difficult because I don't know if you'd rather play during the day or at night, because during the day you've got the sun, but then at night you've got the lights. And either way, they just aren't doing you any favors.
Give me a noon game. As Wimmers will foul that one into the chest plate of Skelly. When I played outfield in my first couple of years of high school, always loved the midday games because the sun's above you, but not in front of you. And I would take that almost any day of the week. Almost used to love playing under the lights. I don't know what happened. I guess. Wow.
That ball was screaming at the Joe's dugout.
Parker Lester will limbo his way and maybe give himself a little blessing. Father, Son, Holy Spirit over there in the on-deck circle. All with him on that one as that one missed him narrowly. Knocked a couple bats off the netting. Wemmer's down 0-2. Will again fight that one off. That one's destined for a car. So everybody looks up and makes sure it isn't theirs.
Lester's from God's country, Calhoun, Georgia.
Little Blake Shelton being played throughout the day. The 0-2. Gonna come in and hit Wimmers again.
Second of the game.
Appropriate time to have Parker Lester walk up as fireworks ring around the park. He'll look for his third trip on base today. Has really been one of the bright spots out of this Joe's lineup. Single walk strikeout, but all at-bats have been long ones and drove up the pitch count of Dickey. Maybe the reason you got him out after 7. The Joes look to get to Willis here late, trailing by 6. 6-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. Nick Wimmers sits over there at first as Willis finds the outside corner. Wimmers does have a stolen base today. Was the last guy to get a stolen base on the active roster. As that one finds the outside corner, Parker Lester going to throw up a hand as that one missed off the corner. Or rather caught the corner. He thought it missed off the corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Just the one out for Parker Lester as he looks to grab a second hit of the ball game. Continue this Joe's rally, maybe spark something here as that one will miss off the plate. Remember one time I had an umpire that was, well, I don't want to say bad because it was in our favor, but I would set up maybe a ball or 2 off the plate. My right knee would be on the outside corner. I would catch balls in the middle of my stance and we get the strike call every day. It was phenomenal as that one will miss low. Not quite that zone tonight, but it has been iffy. It's been touch and go tonight. The outside corner was very consistent throughout the first 5 or 6 and it's kind of fallen to the wayside here. Wimmers looks poised to go over there at first. Swinging and missing, chasing that ball off the plate, maybe as a result of that zone, is Parker Lester. He will go down on strikes the second time today. Evan Ulrich, who has a single but has also struck out twice. It's been just a rough day all the way around. And now 11 strikeouts for the Jazz in total as Dickey had 10 of his own. First pitch to Evan Ulrich, saved by Skelly.
Really good save there behind the plate.
Saw a couple get by Skelly in the last inning, none really his fault as Dickey was kind of just trying to empty the tank, give it all he got.
This is my favorite spot of the ballpark, right here.
The 1-2. Time call to the plate from Evan Ulrich. Much to the dismay of Chandler Scully behind the dish, as that ball was on the inside corner. A good spot for that fastball.
That was a great pitch.
1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Jake Willis has come on in relief for Dickey and has picked up where he's left off. The Joes trying to, that one to the backstop. Another wild pitch on the day for the Jazz. I'll move Wimmers to second. Wimmers, in his 3 trips on base, has reached second or third in all 3. always the bridesmaid, never the bride, has not been able to come around and touch home plate, where he's resided all night defensively. With a favorable count for Evan Ulrich. Swimmers bounces out there at second. That one's going to miss off the plate. And the count moves to 3-0. We've talked about the Joes' woes all night, not being able to get the big hit. 5 on the board, but none of them being the one to bring a run across. The 3-0 crushed into deep left field. Going back is Kuramoto, right in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch on the warning track as smoke billows its way onto Foundation Field. We'll end the 8th inning with another 0 on the board. 9th inning coming up. The Joes trailing by 6. You're watching the All-Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Cade Parker, Austin Deering, and Brandon Schrepp due up to face new batter on the hill, new pitcher rather. I guess I'll call him a batter. This is another two-way in Casey Fink. Lefty will get his chance as Evan Ulrich goes out to right field. And he will deliver the first pitch just a bit outside.
It's the first time I've ever seen Ulrich play something other than pitcher or catcher. Came in a blowout last year to pitch.
That one will find the outside corner. Some screams and a big explosion out behind us as that one sounded like they didn't get away from the explosion. I hope everybody's okay out there as everybody makes their way over there. Two balls, one strike. Nobody out for Fink. That one's chopped right to him. Double bounces. He'll fire over to Cal Brazier for the first out of the inning. And we've seen the two-way guys get their licks in here early. They've been very good.
Yeah, Badalak went 2 innings for the Joes.
4 Ks.
And 4 strikeouts, completely clean otherwise. No walks, no hits, no runs.
One out for Austin Deering, who I say is cooled off. Struck out his last time up, as that one will miss inside. Deering 2 for 4. Triple single, strikeout, fly out to left. And that one will find the inside corner. No Amazon Web service here at the park, so unable to tell you how hard that ball was hit off the bat from Austin Deering. But man, was that ball laced and would have cleared any wall on the fence except for the one he hit it at. Being the batter's eyes, he'll dance out of the way of that one.
Yeah, Sam Muse is mentioning to us we don't have the
Would
It Dong Twitter page. He fouls that one off his foot. But gotta think that ball's probably gone in every single park except Foundation Field in the GLSCL. Again, it's 390 out there in dead center. With that ball hitting as high as it did, it probably was about 415, 420.
Yeah, the biggest park we've probably seen is Bob Wren Stadium, at least in the south.
Absolutely, and even at Bob Wren, I think it's 405 in dead center field. And the fence is not tall.
Big chasing his Austin Deering, another strikeout on the board for our two-way guys. As you can take some right sides from the late pitching. Hopeful's come in and been as good as he's always been. Badalak came in and gave us 2 solid innings. And Fink now with a strikeout in the 9th and 1 out away from a very clean inning himself. Just seems like a tale of 2 games. He kind of split it down the middle, only just the 1 run in the back half of the game. The first pitch to Brandon Treff. Gonna miss and kick away to Tyler Thaman in the dugout. That one will miss inside, we all presume. Yeah, if you cut it at the 4-inning mark, you go 4 innings. Those are most of the runs. You see 1 run in the 5th, or rather 2 runs in the 5th. Oh, it is 3. I don't know where my math went. That one will catch the zone.
Joseph got 12 in order, though.
Yeah, that's since that.
Yeah.
2-1. Hit to Parker Lester, will be retired easily. Where was this in the front half of the game? Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Joes. They need 6 to tie, 7 to win. Don't call it a comeback. Bottom of the 9th coming up. You're watching All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Bennett Clement will lead things off here for us. The Hamilton Joes trail at 6-0 here against the Jazz on the 4th of July as fireworks are popping off around Foundation Field. Is one pitch, one base runner. Like I said, don't call it a comeback. You know, it's got to start somewhere.
Joe's base coaches have switched sides. Tyler Thaman at first, Ryan Finnerty at third.
Whatever works. Whatever
Pumping it up.
works.
As he came into the 9th. Joe's have retired 12 or 13, I think, rather, Jazz hitters in order. Got to get something going here.
Change the vibes. Give us a better fireworks show than the one we're going to get later. That one will miss off the plate to Casey Fink. Casey Fink, who came in the 9th, retired 3 straight Jazz batters. That one will find the outside corner. We saw smoke come all the way onto the field, I believe in the 7th, between innings. But since then, have not seen anything blow up too close to us. The 1-1 missing off the plate. As that will move the count to 2-1. The Joes just needing a chance.
Yep. That's all you can ask for.
Little Dumb and Dumber fans out there, so you're saying there's a chance. Need something just to kind of break our way. A couple of things here and there. 6, a number that doesn't seem too daunting, because that one will miss low. We hear our GM to our left talking about the fat lady. She's not singing yet. Three balls, 1 strike to Casey Fink. As that one will miss off the plate. And now 2 base runners.
I mean, good start.
Just needed something.
And something that I should mention is we're going to get a mound visit here. So local time right now, 9:53 p.m. You know, we are not a major league team. The City Fireworks are not going to wait on us. So those will start promptly at 10. If this inning goes longer than that, we could see this game being played through the fireworks show, which would just be unbelievable to watch. First and second, nobody out. I mean,
now
just another reason to want this game to drag on longer.
I don't think I've ever seen a firework delay. You never know. It could be enough noise and distraction.
So last year when the Joes hosted the game here in against Richmond, the game ended before the fireworks, but they did play that same weekend at Don Edwards Park in Newark against the Ohio Bison. The first pitch in there for strike 1 to Sam Lowe. And that park also has a city park adjacent to it. And the game actually went to extra innings, and fireworks were being shot off during the game. And it actually really threw the pitchers for a loop. For a little bit, they started trying to call time to avoid it, and then eventually they just had to play through it.
Now 2-0, or 2-1 rather, or 1-1. Did that first one catch the zone?
First one caught the zone.
I looked away. I looked away for a split second.
There's so much stuff going on right now.
I'm trying to make sure that nothing comes over the field and I don't get scared on air. That would not be something that I want to see. But the 1-1 buckles the knees of Sam Lowe. Willis has kind of righted the ship here after hitting Clement on the first pitch and walking Fink in 5 pitches. Has been able to jump ahead of the count and leads the count 1-2 on Sam Lowe. The 1-2 will miss off the plate. Had to hold my breath a little bit on that one, as we did see Leandre Turner get rung up on something a little bit worse than that a couple of innings ago. Was looking to see if it would come our way. But evens the count at 2-2. Runners at first and second. Fink at first, Clement at second, got speed on the base paths. The Joes trailing 6. Sam Lowe will swing over the top of that one, and that'll be out number 1.
Joes have chased so many of those today.
Another strikeout.
They just have swung over the top of all kinds of those.
Almost as many strikeouts as the Joes now, as they have 12. The Joes at 13. Or no, 14 rather, as Casey Fink did strike one out in the 9th. We'll bring up Cal Brazier. Ripped a ball on the left center gap in his second at-bat that was taken away from him by Leandre Turner out there in center field. But we've seen good contact from him so far. This will be his first at-bat against Willis. As way to miss the breaking ball. Joe's just seeming off balance when it matters most. As another runner in scoring position, chance for the Joes. Just the swings have not looked phenomenal. It's the 1-2 going to be bounced. Bennett Clement hung up. Will get back successfully. Everybody holding their breath, now releasing their breath as Bennett Clement kind of slipped on his secondary lead. Was hung out to dry. Saw a pump fake from Skelly as we saw a pump fake out there on the base pass from Clement, who kind of faked his way back to second and went back to third and then went back to second. But either way, he's back. 1-2 the count to Cal Brazier as he'll swing over the top of that one as well. Yes. The Jazz have come in and handed the Joes the most strikeouts offensively they have conceded the entire season. And it's been a dandy on the mound for the Jazz, as that one will miss off the plate to Grant Miller. But it's just seemed like the at-bats with runners in scoring position have not been great. We haven't seen a ball into the outfield with a runner in scoring position since the 3rd when Brazier flew out to center field. As that one will catch the outside corner.
So don't believe the Joes have gotten shut out this year.
Yeah. Haven't shut anyone out and haven't been shut out.
Did shut out in the no-hitter.
Oh,
That's
no,
their
yeah,
only
yeah,
shutout of the season.
Don't know how I could have forgot about that one. My bad. The 1-1 of Grant Miller fouled off the mask of Chandler Scully behind the dish. The Joes will face the Jazz tomorrow out at historic McBride Stadium.
It's going to be the first outing since that no-hitter for Noah Tincher. It's going to be on the mound tomorrow for the Joes in a 6:05 p.m. start from Richmond.
And if the score were to hold a little bit of a grudge against this Jazz team, spoiling their 4th of July extravaganza, is Bennett Clement going to try to steal a bag, but will be fouled back. So maybe pitching with a bit of extra emphasis. Looking around the league, Luke Westpoli just pulled it up on his laptop. Lincoln County Settlers are up on top of the Scouts 15-10.
This has been one of the weirdest days all season across the league. No North Division games.
Every game has been strange. As Grant Miller will check his swing, O'Malley will go back like a football player and make the catch for out number 3. And that will end the game for the Joes. 6-0 our final here from Foundation Field. The Joes, the last team to slip into double digits when it comes to losses. It will be loss number 10, 14-10 on the season. Will end the game for the Joes. The winning pitcher, Harold Dickey, had himself a phenomenal game, shutting down the Joes the entire game. Jake Willis comes down and pitches himself a good 2 innings to finish things off. We will take a quick break and be right back with the Casual Pint postgame show. Don't go anywhere. Luke Westpelli will have that for you in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. You're watching the All World Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Back here inside Foundation Field, immediately following the 4th of July game for the Hamilton Joes as they follow the Richmond Jazz. 6-0 your final. Joes drop their first shutout of the season and have now lost 2 straight as they will head back to the road to take on Richmond tomorrow at historic McBride Stadium. Take a look around the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. As we mentioned towards the end of that broadcast, really weird days. Things were started off with a Southern Ohio Copperheads victory over Cincinnati on the road, 5-4. That was in 10 innings from Roselawn. And then Licking County leading Xenia right now at Grady's Field. That game's in the bottom of the 8th. Settlers on top of the Scouts, 15-10. Richmond defeating Hamilton 6-0, but just by way of the Joes having a game-and-a-half lead on the standings, they will not concede that first-place position in the GLSCL South yet today. Your winning pitcher in this one was Harold Dickey. Pitched a gem, went 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 10. Losing pitcher is Tyler Hudson for the Joes. He falls to 1-2 on the season. Joes will be back in action tomorrow as they take on the Richmond Jazz once again. We bring Blake Griffin back in for his final thoughts on this one as we wrap it up from Foundation Field.
Yeah, just kind of a tale of 2 halves of the games. The front half was not the greatest. You saw Tyler Hudson fill it up, and sometimes when you fill it up, you're going to get hit, and that's just kind of what happened tonight. Saw the Jazz jump all over the fastball tonight, have a lot of extra base hits, so credit to them to getting on the fastball and kind of smacking it around the park. The back half of the game was great for the pitching. Chase Hopewell came in right at the storm. We saw 13 straight Jazz players retired. Just unfortunate that the bats were held and stifled by Harold Dickey, who had a great day on the mound. Cannot say enough about that kid over there looking for his new home for the fall and the spring. Somebody picked that guy up. He was lights out tonight.
Absolutely. Final line score on this one, Richmond Jazz, 6 runs off 10 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. Hamilton, 0 runs off 5 hits, 1 error, and 10 left on base. Once again, these teams will meet again tomorrow at historic McBride Stadium in a 6:05 p.m. start, as Noah Tincher will be taking the mound for the Joes for the first time since his no-hitter. Hamilton looking to snap this losing streak and bounce back. That'll wrap things up for us here at Foundation Field. Happy 4th to everyone listening in. For my great broadcast partner, Blake Griffin, all of our hardworking crew here at the Hamilton Joes, I'd like to say thank you so much for listening tonight and all season long. Joes falls 6-0. They'll be back on it tomorrow. We'll see you then. 6:05 start coverage beginning at 5:45 from historic McBride. Until then, Luke Westpoli saying so long from Foundation Field.